Good morning. For those of you I haven't met, I'm Holly Anderson, L'Oreal Professional Artist Educator, Certified Balayage Expert, and Independent Stylist here at Tacoma, Washington. My journey into hairdressing started when I got a job working in the housekeeping department and in the dispensary at Jean Rez Salon. One of my jobs there was to dispense color to the stylists and record what they used. But the best part about being in that atmosphere was that I got to see the science and artistry behind hairdressing. That's when I decided to enroll at Jean Rez Academy. When I graduated, I realized that everything I learned in school looked very different from what I saw in the salon, and unfortunately balayage was not something they offered there at the academy. After I graduated, I became obsessed. I wanted to learn how to do balayage. I decided to sign up for my first ever L'Oreal Professional highlighting class at Salon Centric. At the time, that's all I could afford, but I knew I'd make my way to the academy someday. To my surprise, she actually ended up sharing some balayage techniques, and that's when my passion for balayage got ignited again. I made it my goal to become L'Oreal Professional certified as a balayage expert. I owe a lot of my success to the education I got at the academies and the many amazing mentors I've had along the way. I'm interested in becoming part of the L'Oreal Professional Soho Academy partner team because I believe I can help create a good environment for our attendees. It's been a dream of mine to be a part of this team, and I know if I'm a part of this program, it'll only help continue my growth with the company as an individual and an artist. I want to give back to the community that has helped me so much personally and professionally. What I love about this company is their dedication to integrity, quality, and innovation. I hope to continue my growth with this company and be considered for the Academy Partner Program. Thank you so much for your time and being here with me today and considering me for this position. Now let's go ahead and get started with today's demo. So before we go over today's technique, I wanted to talk about the point system. At L'Oreal Professional, we refer to the different balayage pieces as points. We'll do a 1 point, a 2 point, or a 3 point balayage. The 1 point is going to give you a little bit more boldness, or it can give you a little bit more subtleness. 2 point is going to be a little bit more diffused, connecting it up to the top, and the 3 point is going to be even more diffused, but more connection through the top. We also break up the points into zones. Zone 1 being the top third, zone 2 being the middle, and zone 3 being the bottom third or the bottom fourth of your point. So for today's demo, we're going to be going over the diamond veils technique that I created. You'll first want to take a profile parting, then moving to the side of the head, you'll take a radial parting to the top of the ear. You'll then go to the back and make a diagonal back section from about 1 inch to 1.5 inches above the ear to the profile parting in the back. Clip that away and then move up to the next section. You'll then make a diagonal back parting about 1 inch to 1.5 inches again to the profile parting and clip that away. You're just left with the third section here, and you'll want to clip that away as well. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, clipping each of these sections away. So in the back, you're going to have a total of 6 sections, and then you'll move to the front and connect the front sections to the back. So the first step in the front will be to take a diagonal back parting about 1 inch to 1.5 inches away from the hairline, connecting it to the diagonal back parting, clipping that away. Then you'll move up and do the same thing, about 1 inch to 1.5 inches up, and connect your diagonal back to the radial parting and clip that away. And then once again, you'll be left with a smaller parting at the top that you'll want to clip away. So for each quadrant, you're going to have 3 clips for a total of 12 sections, resulting in a diamond veil. We're also going to be doing hairline pieces. So we'll want to do 3 hairline pieces in the back and 3 to 4 hairline pieces in the front. Once we're done with the hairline pieces, we're going to move to the first section in the back. Taking out the clips on each side, you'll be left with the first diamond veil. In this section, we're going to be doing 1 points to create those bold pops coming out through the bottom. When we're done with that, we're going to put a plastic over it and move to the next section, which will be the next diamond veil. In that section, we're going to be utilizing our 2 point balayage, which is going to give us more of a diffused but connected look. Once we're done doing our 2 points in this diamond veil section, we'll put a plastic piece over it and move up to the next section. And the next section, we're also going to be doing a 2 point as well because we want to give her more of that ombre look. So we want to give her a little bit more connection, but we want to make it diffused as well. Once we're done with the back sections, we'll move to the front left side. We're going to be doing her hairline pieces in the front so that she has some extra pop of blonde. And then after that, working in the interior, we're going to be doing a 1-point balayage in the first section, just like the back. When we move into the second section in the front, we're going to be doing a 2-point balayage. And then the third section on the front, we're going to be doing a 3-point balayage. Or I'm sorry, a 2-point balayage. Once we're done with the front left side, we'll move to the right front side and we'll do the same exact thing. After we're done, we'll process her for about 15 to 20 minutes and rinse. Today, my goal is to get the hair as light as possible in a short amount of time. The product of choice today is going to be L'Oreal Professional's Multi-Techniques powder from our Blonde Studio portfolio. I love this lightener because of its creamy consistency for a powdered lightener and its fast action lightening abilities. The lightener lifts up to 8 levels and lifts the most within the first 15 minutes. The suggested mixing ratio for this lightener is 1:1, 1:2, or 1:3. I found what works for me when balayaging. I prefer 1 to 2.5. L'Oreal Professional suggests you pair this lightener with the Magie Cream Developers. Today I'm going to be mixing my lightener with 30 volume Magie Cream Developer and later remixing with 40 volume Magie Cream Developer. As you can see, my tray is nicely organized. Everything has a place. When your environment is less cluttered, so is your mind. Working this way will allow you to eventually work faster and look more professional. This will give your clients peace of mind and allows them to have trust in you, which gives them the freedom to relax. What happens when they trust you? They buy more product, and as we know, when a client purchases a product from you, they're 60% more likely to come back. So as you can see, working clean and organized allows you to make more money. Today I'll be starting in the back, working my way up to the top of the head, then moving to the left front side, working my way up from the bottom to the top of that side, then moving to the right side, working from the bottom to the top of that side. First, we'll be painting our hairlines. Remember, we want to have very bold hairlines and face framing, so we'll be using 1-point balayage pieces. To achieve the piece, you will need to maintain good tension, elevation, and saturation. First, I will set up my planchette by loading the left side with my wall brush and painting a thin veil of lightener, keeping the right side clean to work on later. I'm going to pick up my V section, smoothing the section with my right hand, gaining tension on my left hand. I'm going to pick up my bead by placing my medium painting brush perpendicular to my planchette to get enough product to make a bead. Then I'm going to apply my bead starting at the bottom of zone 1 and working my way up to the top of zone 1. When I'm completely satisfied with that zone, I will pick up another bead and start in the bottom of zone 2 and work my way up. When I've reached the bottom of zone 3 and zone 3 is complete, I will take another bead. This now becomes my glue, and I'll stick it to the bottom of zone 3 to maintain control over my balayage piece. Then I'll place my piece on my planchette and saturate the bottom of zone 3. Then I'll take my cotton and place it vertically on my V section to protect the skin. When I finish that row, I'll secure it with plastic. I'll repeat the same thing on the left side of the head. The point of painting the hairlines is to create bold blonde pops around her face and underneath, so when she wears her hair up, she will feel bright. Now working in the interior of our design, we'll be using 1-point balayage pieces to create bold, heavy blonde pieces that will pop out from underneath her nape and around her neck. In this first diamond veil section, I will only paint my balayage piece up to zone 2 to create more of the ombre effect. I'll take my V section, make sure I have enough tension, and elevate the piece closer to where the hair lives. This ensures that when I drop the piece, there will be no buckling, which can create spots in the hair. I'll load my planchette again, pick up my bead, and place my bead at the bottom of zone 2, working my way up. I'm continuously loading my brush when my bead runs out to ensure I have enough saturation. Once done painting the whole top of the piece, I will take another bead which turns into my glue and stick it to the bottom of zone 3 to gain control of my piece so I may place it on top of my planchette. Working on the left side of my planchette to keep my working area as clean as possible. Then I'll place my cotton and move on to my next balayage piece, repeating what I did until I'm done with that section. Then I will secure the section with plastic to ensure my lightener stays moist and continues to process. Now that we're working on the interior, we want to remember our goal is to achieve bright blonde effect in the front and a diffused PC ombre feel in the rest of our design. I'll be painting 2-point balayage pieces from this section up until I reach the top back of the head. First, I'll load the right side of my planchette with a skinny veil of lightener. Then I'll pick up the V section, or check mark. This is another way we also refer to our balayage pieces. I'll smooth my V section with my right hand to make sure there are no lumps or bumps. Next, I'll secure my tension using my thumb and my middle finger. Then I'll pick up my bead. Now I'm placing my bead at the bottom of zone 2 and I'll work my way up. For 2-point balayage pieces, I like to work up one side, then the other. If you notice, I don't move my thumb and my index finger until I am completely satisfied in that zone. When I'm done, I'll drop my elevation and move my fingers down. I'll grab another bead and work my way down to zone 3. Saturating the top or surface, then moving to the bottom. You'll also notice I work from the outside in. I'll start on the right side working in, then move to the left side and work in. This helps me to create more symmetry when I'm painting and help balance my design. I'll repeat these 2-point pieces until I'm done with this section and secure it with plastic. Now we've reached the top section. The amount of veils will be determined by the density of hair and desired outcome of this design. If you wanted to have more of a connection throughout the interior, then you could break this section up into 2. But for today's look, we're going for more of an ombre effect. As you can see, I like to move the hair around to natural fall to decide where I'm going to place my 2-point pieces. I'll repeat what I've been doing throughout this design, loading my planchette, securing my tension, setting my elevation, picking up my bead. Starting at the bottom of zone 2, working my way up, I'll pick up another bead. I'm doing this to make sure that I have enough saturation so I get enough lift. I'll repeat this until I finish this section and secure it with plastic. Now we're working on the front left side. I've remixed to ensure my lightener speed is working cohesively with the back. With multi-techniques powder, we know that it lifts the fastest within the first 15 minutes, so I like to remix for each section, back, left, then right. Here in the front is where I want to make the design more bold and bright. As you can see, I'm using my butterfly clip to secure the hair up and away so I can see clearly where I pick up my V section. You want to make sure you are painting on the flat of the V. As I did in the back, I will load my planchette, smooth the section, secure my tension, and pick up my bead. This time I'm bringing the lightener all the way up to the root area. I'll start at the top of zone 2 this time and work my way up to the top of zone 1. Once I'm happy with that zone, I'll again move my fingers and my elevation down and work a new bead up. Then I'll carefully place my cotton to protect her skin and repeat this moving up the front hairline. When I'm done, I'll secure it with plastic. Now I'll be working the interior of the first front section. Remember, we want bold, bright pieces, so I'm using 1-point balayage pieces here. Painting as many pieces as I can fit. Just like in the hairlines, I'll be painting up to the root, so I'll secure my tension and place my fingers closest to where I'm working. I'll be working in zone 1 here, starting at the top of zone 2 or bottom of zone 1 and working my beads up to the root area. You'll notice my balayage piece is skinnier at the root, then becomes wider as I move it down the section. When you're trying to achieve a skinnier highlight, you'll want to place your painting brush at more of a 45-degree angle. When you're moving down the section to get more coverage, you'll want to place your brush more parallel to your section to cover more surface area. Keeping your brush at a 45-degree angle helps to create more graceful grow out and a softer effect at the root. I'll repeat this until I'm done with the section, then secure it with plastic. Remember, we're still trying to create more diffusion. However, we want the front to still appear dramatic, bright, and bold. So here I will paint my 2-point balayage pieces a little closer together. Once I'm done with the section, I'll secure it with plastic and move up to my next section. Now I'm at my last section. I want to make sure I stay within that dimensional ombre feel, so I will continue my 2-point pieces but paint them a little further apart. I'll load my planchette, pick up my V section, smooth with my right hand, pinch and hold with my left hand, pick up my bead and place my bead. We like to use the term 3 strikes you're out to get more product and help with saturation. So I will keep loading my bead for every 3 strokes, then work my way down to each zone, saturating the top of each zone. When it comes to saturating the bottom of zone 3, you want to make sure your planchette does not stay stationary. You'll want to move your planchette like you're moving your brush. This will ensure that you don't create any harsh horizontal lines throughout your design. Once I'm done, I'll secure with plastic and move to the next right side. Before I move to the right side, I'll remix again, this time only about 5 to 6 grams of Multi-Techniques powder. Then I'll add 10 to 12 grams of 40 volume Magi Cream Developer. For this entire application, I've only used a total of 20 grams of lightener, 10 in the back, 5 for the front left, and 5 for the front right. Now that we've reached our final section, I'll repeat exactly what I did on the left side hairlines and the left side interior to the right side, checking for balance as I move up. Once I'm done with the whole right side, I'll secure with plastic and let my model process until I've reached my desired lightness. For today's demo, I'd like to get her lifted to a pale yellow. Now that she's reached a level of pale yellow, I'm ready to rinse. First, I will use the Anoa Post Color Shampoo to stop the oxidation process of the lightener. Today I've chosen to use volumetry to wash and treat my client's hair. Volumetry was formulated to treat problems that clients with fine hair textures tend to have. Volumetry contains hydrolyte technology to lightly condition the hair to combat flyaways, salicylic acid to remove oily buildup, and intrasaline to strengthen the hair at the cortex and give the hair an all-over densified effect. This is a great service to offer your clients with fine, weak, dry hair. It will instantly give them volume, density, strength, and hydration. With this service, you can set them up to come back and get this every 6 weeks when they come to get their haircut. First, you'll shampoo with the anti-gravity volume shampoo, and then you'll want to towel dry thoroughly so that the hair will accept the treatment. Then you'll apply the serum booster to the roots and pull through to the mid-lengths and ends. This will give the hair an all-over dense effect. Then you'll want to apply the gel mask directly on top of the unwashed serum booster for 3 minutes, then emulsify and rinse thoroughly. For today's gloss, I will be using L'Oreal Professional Dia Light, which is part of our demi-permanent hair color portfolio. Dia Light is known for its long-lasting tones, incredible shine, and conditioning effect. Dia Light contains our patented in-cell technology, which fills, strengthens, and protects weakened areas of the hair cuticle. It also contains cationic polymers that have a resurfacing effect on the hair, leaving the hair feeling smooth, soft, and strong. We suggest that you mix this at a 1 to 1.5 ratio with 6 or 9 volume Dia Activator developers. Processing time is anywhere from 2 to 20 minutes, so be sure to keep your eye on your client's hair. Remember, there's zero lift with this product, so it's great for toning the hair quickly. Today, my model's hair lifted beautifully, so we'll be using Dia Light, clear and 9 volume. I want to give her that incredible shine without darkening or toning her light and locks. You can recommend this service to your guests every 4 to 6 weeks. Don't worry, they will definitely want to come back when they miss seeing that amazing shine over time. So to complete today's demo, we learned how to paint 1 and 2 point balayage pieces. Using the Diamond Veils technique and the 1 and 2 point balayage pieces, we learned how to create this bright, dimensional, beachy blonde ombre. We also learned how to utilize Dia Richesse and volumetry as add-ons to complete your service.